The Summer I Turned Pretty has finally reached its bittersweet conclusion with the highly anticipated Season 3 finale, an emotionally charged episode that delivers the closure fans have been desperately waiting for. After 3 seasons of love triangles, heartbreak, and growth, Belly's journey comes full circle in Paris, the city of love providing the perfect backdrop for the series' final chapter. Episode 11 masterfully balances nostalgic callbacks to earlier seasons while pushing its characters toward their futures, giving viewers the satisfying yet emotional ending this beloved story deserves. The episode picks up exactly where we left off, with Conrad having arrived in Paris just in time for Belly's birthday celebration. The tension is immediate and electric as Belly spots him across the crowded party, their eyes meeting in a moment that feels both inevitable and surprising. Conrad stands nervously at the entrance, clearly out of place among Belly's sophisticated new French friends who immediately notice his arrival and begin whispering about the older brother who's crashed the party. This sets up the central conflict of the episode. Belly has built a new life in Paris, but her past has literally just walked through the door. What makes this finale so compelling is how it doesn't rush to its conclusion. Instead, it lets the characters breathe and process their complicated emotions. Belly's initial reaction to Conrad's appearance is a mixture of shock, anger, and undeniable attraction, a callback to their complex history that has defined the series. When Conrad approaches her with a simple, happy birthday and hands her a small, wrapped gift, Belly's French friends watch with intense curiosity, with one whispering to another, "Isabelle, I think he is the gift. Are you going to unwrap it?" Later, the joke breaks the tension momentarily, but the weight of their shared history hangs in the air. The episode smartly gives us glimpses of what Belly's life in Paris has become. She's clearly thriving in her study abroad program, has made close friends who call her by her proper name, Isabelle, instead of her childhood nickname, and has begun dating a charming French architecture student named Antoine. Conrad's appearance throws this carefully constructed new life into chaos, forcing Belly to confront feelings she's tried to leave behind in Cousins Beach. When Belly and Conrad finally get a moment alone on her apartment's balcony overlooking the Seine, their conversation is everything fans have been waiting for: honest, raw, and revealing. Conrad finally opens up about his fears, explaining how watching his mother's death made him terrified of losing anyone else he loves. "I pushed you away because I was scared of how much I needed you," he confesses in perhaps Christopher Briney's strongest performance of the series. "And then I lost you anyway." Belly doesn't immediately fall into his arms, though. In a testament to her growth throughout the series, she stands her ground, telling Conrad that his timing has always been the problem. "You always want me when you can't have me," she says, tears welling in her eyes. "How do I know this time is different?" This confrontation is cathartic for both the characters and viewers, who have watched them dance around their feelings for 3 seasons. The episode takes an unexpected turn when Jeremiah calls Belly, revealing he's also in Paris. Conrad's face falls as he realizes his brother has followed him, thinking perhaps Jeremiah has changed his mind about stepping aside. But in a surprising and mature twist, Jeremiah explains he's there with Denise, and they just want to celebrate Belly's birthday properly. This sets up the emotional centerpiece of the finale, a dinner with Belly, both Fisher brothers Denise, and Belly's French friends, creating a beautiful collision of her past and present. During the dinner, we see just how much all 3 main characters have grown. Jeremiah and Conrad managed to be in the same room without tension, sharing stories about their childhood with Belly's new friends. There's a beautiful moment when one of Belly's friends mistakes Conrad and Jeremiah for cousins rather than brothers, leading to genuine laughter between the two, a sign that their relationship might finally be healing. The scene is bittersweet, showing what could have been if the trio had managed to navigate their feelings more maturely from the beginning. The episode's turning point comes when Conrad gives Belly his gift in private, a hand-crafted infinity necklace that he made himself, with their initials subtly engraved on the back. It's a callback to the infinity bracelet from the first season, but elevated to represent their more mature relationship. "I don't expect anything," Conrad tells her. "I just wanted you to know that for me, it's always been you. It will always be you." When Belly doesn't immediately respond, Conrad respects her space and tells her he'll be leaving in the morning, giving her the freedom to choose her own path. This selfless act, putting Belly's happiness above his own desires, shows just how far Conrad has come from the brooding, self-protective boy we met in season 1. The episode's climactic scene comes the next morning, as Belly races through the streets of Paris to catch Conrad before his flight. The sequence is beautifully shot, interspersed with flashbacks to key moments from all 3 seasons. Their first kiss, their fights, their reconciliations, creating a visual journey through their relationship. When she finally finds him at his hotel, about to leave for the airport, their reunion is everything fans could hope for. "I've tried to imagine my future 100 different ways," Belly tells him. "And somehow you're always in it." Their kiss is earned, the culmination of 3 seasons of growth, mistakes, and learning. What makes it especially powerful is that it's not presented as a fairy tale ending, but as a choice between 2 people who have finally become the versions of themselves capable of being together in a healthy way. The episode doesn't end there, though. In a brilliant epilogue set 5 years later, we return to Cousins Beach for one final summer. The beach house has been preserved, now jointly owned by the Fisher brothers after their father decided to keep it in the family after all. We see Jeremiah happily in a relationship with Denise, having found his own path in life. Stephen and Taylor are engaged, planning their wedding at the beach house the following summer. And Belly and Conrad, they've built a life together, finishing college and starting their careers while nurturing their relationship. The final scene shows them sitting on the beach at sunset in the exact spot where they first connected years ago. Conrad pulls out a small box and, in a moment that brings the series full circle, proposes to Belly with a ring that includes a stone from his mother's jewelry. "We'll always have Paris," he jokes, "but I was hoping we could always have this too." Belly's tearful airs feels like the perfect conclusion to their story. What makes this final so satisfying is that it honors the central love story without simplifying it. It acknowledges that love isn't always easy or straightforward, but sometimes requires growth, timing, and perspective. By allowing each character their own journey to maturity and happiness, the show avoids the pitfalls of making Belly's choice feel like the only thing that matters. The episode closes with a montage of summer memories from all 3 seasons, set to an acoustic version of "This Love" by Taylor Swift, a perfect callback to the show's musical roots. As the camera pulls away from the beach house for the final time, viewers are left with the comforting knowledge that while this particular story has ended, summers at Cousins Beach will continue for a new generation, carrying forward the legacy of love and growth that made us fall in love with this show in the first place. The Summer I Turned Pretty's final episode delivers exactly what fans needed: closure for the characters we've grown to love, hope for their futures, and a reminder that sometimes the most meaningful relationships are the ones that evolve with us through different seasons of our lives.